Last example, section 3.5, day 1. Expanding out what we call a binomial times a trinomial. So a binomial, you should know by now, is a polynomial with 2 terms. Trinomial would be a polynomial with 3 terms. Now, remember that FOIL is only used for a binomial times a binomial, so we can't use that anymore. So we have to use what's called the distributive property. And with longer polynomials, when you're trying to expand them, it does get a little bit confusing sometimes. You just have to make sure that you track all your work properly. So to write this out using distributive property, I would write x, which is this x, times all of this, 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. And then I would write 2 plus 2 times, again, all of this, 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. And then multiply it in. Bombing, x times 2x squared, x times minus 5, x times 1, 2 times 2x squared, 2 times minus 5x, 2 times 1. And that would simplify out to, or if I expanded that, x times x is 2x, x times 2x squared is 2x cubed, minus x times minus 5 is 5x squared, x times 1 is plus x, 2 times 2x squared is plus 4x squared, 2 times minus 5 is minus 10x, and 2 times 1 is 2. And of course, once I've expanded that, my next step is to combine like terms. There are no other x squared, so I'm going to, x cubed, 2x cubed. Are there other x squareds? Well, here's an x squared, here's an x squared, minus 5 plus 4 is minus x squared. Here's an x, here's an x, x and minus 10 plus x and a minus 10x is minus 9x. And my constant here at the end, plus 2. And there's your polynomial. Now, general rule of thumb, highest to lowest exponent, generally, and in preferably alphabetical order. Alphabetical order if possible, if you have more than one variable, and then of course highest to lowest. Okay, so that's multiplying your binomial times a trinomial, or multiplying a binomial by a trinomial. One quick shortcut that you hopefully will get to the point where you're going to be able to do would be something kind of like this. So I've got x plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2 times 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. I might want to try and save myself the step of rewriting that out to show distributive property. So in my head, I'm going to be thinking, well, distributive property really is taking this x and multiplying it by this, and by this, and by this, and taking that 2 and multiplying it by the 2x squared, and the minus 5x, and the 1. And if I can kind of do that step in my head, then I can simply go straight to the writing down. X times 2x squared is 2x cubed. X times minus 5 is minus 5x squared. X times 1 is x. 2 times 2x squared is 4x squared. 2 times minus 5 is minus 10x. And 2 times 1 is 2. Combine your like terms, 2x squared, 5x squared and 4x squared is minus x squared, x and minus 10x is minus 9x, and 2. And you can see that we get to the same answer anyway. This just being a little bit quicker because we don't have to do this rewriting step. But until you get a bit of a handle on it, you get a little bit of practice under your belt, I would suggest not taking any shortcuts. write it out, make sure that you understand the process, and then maybe try and cut things back a little bit.